Hey everybody, it is nostalgia time once again, and we are going to be taking a look back at another Acer OEM, but also at a very important time too, because as of the time of recording today, when this is being filmed, is January 11th, 2024. Yesterday, last year, Microsoft officially ended support for Windows 8.1, which meant that all Windows 8.1 users will no longer be able to receive security updates and bug fixes from Microsoft. However, though, there was a special hack I discovered, similar to with Windows 7, to get extended security updates until 2026. So that's another 2 years of support, which coincides with its server counterpart, Windows Server 2012 R2. That server release of Windows is getting another 3 years of support, again ending in 2026. So, of course, English is our language. This is just like with Windows 7. This recovery process is the same thing. We are going to restore the operating system. Again, these are the same notices. Yeah, I made this a 100 gig drive. Yes, we want to reformat the partition. And we're booted from the system CD, so I'm going to get ready to put in the first recovery disk. Okay, well, that restore took much longer than I expected. And now we are finally ready to set up Windows. So, this is of course the typical setup screen that you'd see on Windows 8. Everything is correct except for the time zone. So now it'll apply the settings. These are the license terms here. This is for Windows 8. And this is the registration card from Acer. That's their email activation. And I see they set green by default. Interesting. I usually like it at blue, but you know what? I'll leave it at green for the purposes of this, and I'll name this one E5-511. And we'll use the express settings in Windows 8. Oh, great. Is this going to ask for a Microsoft account? It's probably going to ask me for a Microsoft account. Let's see what happens if I hit cancel. It just takes me back. But we can get around this by disconnecting the network adapter and clicking Use Express Settings. And now we can do a local account. Then we can reconnect, and now I can put in, then I can put my name in, and that's it. Now it'll check for any updates and install them, and then we'll be at the desktop. Here we are. We are finally at the desktop of this Acer installation. And I see Acer Cloud is already running in the background. Now we are ready to begin the ESU patch. However, before we do that, let's get VMware Tools installed, because I tried to get VMware Tools installed since the sysprep mode. Alright, we'll get VMware Tools installed. So here we have the Acer portal, which talks about the remote files tool that Acer provided back in the day. This is some information about latest offers and product info from Acer, along with warranty service. You could do it with an Acer ID. If you don't have one, you could create it with this program, or you can log in if you had an Acer ID already. It's similar to what Dell and HP have, or other manufacturers. Alright, so while the VMware Tools install continues, this is indeed a 64-bit variant of Windows 8.1. So we can indeed install the updates. So let's take a look at what is on the start menu. My gosh, on the, I should say, start screen. But my goodness, look at all the apps that's going on here. My gosh. Look at all this. Some of these you have to get to the internet to download. But let's take a look at what's this pokey start menu. Not sure what that is, but we'll take a look at all this. But we'll just take a look at some of the programs here, see what it actually comes with. Acer Media, Photo. I suppose Acer has their own tools from Windows. These are the games we were taking a look at. Try and Get Supreme was the other one. There's a private Wi-Fi app. Those are some of the Acer installed ones, and then we have the standard ones from Windows, along with the standard apps. Looks like the reading list was just installed. And there's some other apps that are ready to be installed. And here are the other ones that Acer includes: the Zinio Reader, Tap Tiles, Stumble Upon, Next Issue magazines for Acer. Not sure what that's about. There's the Microsoft Solitaire Collection. This is the Wild Tanget app. Here's AccuWeather, Amazon, Booking.com, eBay, Evernote, Hulu Plus. It even comes with Hulu. Wow. iStorytime. I wonder what that is about. And then Kindle. So that's everything that it's got. So let's go back to the desktop and check up on VMware Tools and see how it's doing. But meanwhile, while it continues, we'll take a look at some of the apps. Let's start with the desktop. So we have Acer Docs. I believe this is a document viewer. And then Booking.com, I believe, is a shortcut to the Booking.com website. So let's take a look at it just to make sure. Yep, as I figured, it redirects to Booking.com. The Amazon shortcut does the same exact thing. The eBay shortcut also does the same. You have to sign into Acer Cloud, so... But yeah, it really is what it is. And then remote files is remote transfer from computer to computer. Essentially, it serves the same purpose. And then let's see what this buy online thing is. So it looks to be links to accessories for the Acer system. Let's see what this private Wi-Fi thing is. I think this is a VPN service or something. And then this is their, looks like that private Wi-Fi thing opens Internet Explorer. Yeah, it just opens privatewifi.com. And then let's see what this help and support thing is. And that just pulls up the Acer help and support, their own variant of help and support. That's from Windows. And I'm not sure what that thing is. But I do know that's VMware telling me that it's ready to restart. And now we are going to begin the process of setting up the ESU updates. Before we do any of this though, we need to first update the system to the last update that it received before its end of support. So, we're going to use something like the Windows Update Mini tool that we used on that Acer copy of Windows 7 a while back. We're going to do the same thing here. So we're going to go to Microsoft Update and we'll check for updates. Now, since this is an original OEM manufacturer copy of Windows 8, it is going to take a while to find updates. And we will let that run in the background while we continue looking. So it looks like this Acer portal starts at boot up. It looks like it starts at boot up unless we say don't remind me again. So we'll leave it alone and we'll take a look at some of the other stuff in the meantime while that runs. So it looks like Acer has its own dedicated audio program. Looks like I can't seem to minimize it, can I? No, it looks like it has its own photo. Looks like this is a quick access program. And I wonder what this start menu, this pokey start menu is. And it looks like it's got Spotify on there too. So Acer Cloud here is you can actually where you can share media files with other devices. You can share files from your computer to your phone, your tablet, or another PC, and you can listen to the same thing across other devices. So I'll just hit OK, or no, I should say. And then this photo program is basically the same thing. It's basically Acer's custom versions of Windows Media Player and Photo Gallery. It's the same thing. And then Spotify, it's an old version of Spotify, but basically it is what it is. But I wonder what that pokey start menu is. But we'll have to see. So here's their power management tool. I want to see what this pokey start menu thing is about. Not sure what this quick access is, but we'll find out. Then, of course, Live Updater is the drivers. Yep, here's the Acer Power Management. And that's the Live Updater. And because we are on a desktop computer, this will not display anything for power. And this quick access is where you can turn Bluetooth on, and you can also tell it if you want it to go to the desktop or not, like when you log in. And I see this, this pokey start menu. I wonder what this is. But yeah, here's the identity card. Then of course, you all should know the usual apps in Windows 8. Here's the Zenio reader. And yeah, there's the little tutorial on how to get back to the desktop or the start screen. Yeah, this is how you easily get back to the start screen in Windows 8. And then here's the AccuWeather app. Well, pretty much it's basically what it is. That's the Live Updater. The Zenio reader again is full screen. So I can just put this on the side. It looks like it doesn't support it. Looks like this app does not support something of that nature. It looks like the calculator is not installed by default for some reason, which is weird. It's also got Netflix on here as well. However, it's an older version. But of course, we do have a newer version of Netflix now. So, it's been taking a good 5 minutes to find updates. And I'm sure there's a bunch, because this is a very old install. So let's see what else we have. We have next issue magazines for Acer. Because I suppose these are installers for apps. So there is a calculator on here. This is the standard one in Windows, but they included one to go with the Metro UI style start menu that was introduced in Windows 8, but then of course it was later updated and then blended in with Windows 7 to make Windows 10, and of course all of that was dropped with Windows 11 by combining elements from the canceled Windows 10X project. And I think that command prompt line was for this. And here's the wall tanget. So this is their online library of games. Well, this sort of is a owner's manual, but it also gives a link where you can download the latest manual from Acer, and then this just gives some basic information on connecting to the internet. Connecting to a 3G network. Well, unfortunately, Acer, you're out of luck. 3G was shut down here in the United States at the end of 2022. So now we just have 4G and 5G networks at this point. Although I did actually hear that one country is actually shutting down 4G. And I find that really bizarre that they're going as far as that. So it looks like Acer has its own Explorer app. Maybe these things either will not load at all or they will take forever to load. But again, this is because this is Windows 8.1 64-bit. Find and start. I did not know you could go... I did not know there was a find and start option in Windows 8. And what's this Amazon do? Looks like it's its own dedicated app. I'm thinking this Amazon thing is a dedicated app, and it looks like it is. But yeah, you know what you all should know what Amazon's about by now. I'm sure eBay is its own app too. Looks like that is its own independent app as well. I wonder if the Booking.com thing opens Internet Explorer. Nope, it looks to be its own dedicated app also. So these things on the start screen are their own apps, but then that shortcut on the desktop opens up Internet Explorer. Except for McAfee, because that just opens the individual program. Looks like it comes with Office on here too. So I could install, I believe the latest version of Office at this time was Office 2013. Many hated Windows 8 for the start screen and the removal of the start button, but it only brought the start button back with 8.1, but at least it gave Windows 8 a little bit of a better reputation. Oh, apparently McAfee still supports Windows 8? Okay, well, that's something. It says, "Thank you for your interest in Office. Now let's get started." I'm sure it's going to include a basic version of Office 2013. But let's take a look at some of the other apps that are on here. This iStorytime, I do not know what this is. It's probably some sort of kiddie library app or something. Yeah, it's glitching out because, again, this is a virtual machine. Yeah, just as I figured, it's a kitty library app, and there's already some free books it's got. Are these the only ones, or are there additional ones you could buy or something? But yeah, these are the four it comes with. Still taking a while to find updates. I've been wondering about this Evernote thing for a long time, actually. And then tap tiles. Yeah, and then right here, it's talking about the charms bar. You know, this bar where you had to go to settings, and then you had to go to settings only to then click power and then shut down and stuff like that. Once it finds updates, I'll get those installed, and then we will move on with the next part. Alright, so it has been quite a long time since the last clip. I wasn't able to update Windows entirely, like all the way up to the maximum it can go. But we're going to see if we can do the ESUs despite that. So these are all the updates I was able to install. One of the updates broke the network card because it was taking like a long time. It was stuck for like about 5 minutes. I had to force reset, and then when I rebooted the virtual machine, it went up to like 30%, and then it wouldn't go any further from there. So I had to force reset, and I think that was probably at that point what broke the network card. But you know what? We can live with it. So yeah, I've been trying to troubleshoot that problem. But anyway, we're going to move on to the next update, which is the ESU preparation package. So if we need to update the system further, we will do that. Yes, we want to install the ESU preparation. Here's that start menu tool that we were going to try and take a look at earlier. So I want to see what it looks like now with the ESU being installed. So this looks to be sort of a kind of like an alternative to the Windows 8 start screen. This is an alternative to the Windows 8 start screen. You know, with all those tiles and such. This is a complete alternative to that. So I'm gonna put apps here and such. You can actually pin a lot more, I believe. So let's see, what does that star do? So these are all your favorites. This is where you pin, and then over here, this is where you get options to switch users, shut down, restart the system, and stuff like that. Alright, so now with the ESU license preparation package installed, next we're going to install the 2023 servicing stack. This is the servicing stack from August of 2023. This is for Windows Server 2012, which in fact this is the whole reason why we're doing this. Windows Server 2012 R2 is the server edition of Windows 8.1, and they are getting updates until 2026, which again, that's another couple years of good support. Alright, and then finally we will run the live OS setup, which is to bypass, this will prep us for the ESU. What do we do if we press 5? I guess 5 is not an option. So we'll press 2 to install ESU, and it is done. So now we will restart the system. Now let's take a look and see if any custom backgrounds came with the system. So it looks like there is a custom theme that says Acer, and then we of course have the other themes as well. So it looks like this Acer portal thing is always on top. I guess not. Now over here, this is the last update that we need to install. This is the latest servicing stack update for Windows Server 2012 R2. This here is E5-511, which is the January 2024 security quality rollup for Windows Server 2012 R2. and that is the last update that we need to install. And then once it is installed, then that is it. Then we will have a completely up-to-date Windows 8.1 installation, and then at this point we will have 2 additional years of security updates for Windows 8. But while it gets ready, let's take a look at some of the other things that are on here. Looks to be an Office plugin folder, and it looks like, yes, this is the only wallpaper that we get. It's just this Acer background that we get by default. And yes, we will install the servicing stack update. However, there's still a few more things. So while that installs, there's a few more things I want to take a look at. Stumble upon. I wonder what this app is. Is this like a... I don't know if this is another one of those magazine readers or something. Yeah, it doesn't look like this one appears to be loading either. But then again, this is a very old release of Windows, so it's probably that many of these apps and services are no longer going to work, considering that this is a 2013 operating system and that these updates are continuing for the OS until 2026 at this particular point. So yeah, then after we install the servicing stack update for January of this year, that is basically it. So that is a look at the OEM install of the Acer E5-511 laptop computer from 2013 or 2014, and also getting the extended updates to work on Windows 8. I did not have any luck at all getting them to work on Windows 7 on the Acer Aspire 5742 laptop computer that we took a look at a while back. But in the next episode, we're going to be taking a look at another Acer OEM installation, and then soon after, we're going to begin a mini-series on upgrading a factory installation through different releases of Windows. So this is going to be a pretty fun little series. But until then, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode.